You're watching the most exciting game you will ever see on your TV set.
This is Pong. Yep, the best of the best when it came to video games. And believe it or not, this was what Super Mario used to look like. Basically antiques compared to what games have turned into. Today, the video game industry is worth over $150 billion. Gamers are connected anywhere in the world, and the best players, well, they make careers out of their talent. BC's Kelsie Pelling has done exactly that. An esports pro gamer with Red Bull, her specialty is League of Legends. Not familiar? We'll let her explain in a few minutes. For now, just know that her playing style has been described as lethal in the gaming world.
You want to see my skills, Frank? You're new here and you want to see the skills? Everyone, calm down. We're about to show Frank the skills.
She started streaming 7 years ago while studying at the University of Victoria, and since then has built a massive online following. When it comes to her gaming community, KP is all about positive vibes. Just don't push her buttons.
I just like to fight. I don't give a f about anything else. And it tends to work out quite often, so. I love this game.
Well, Kelsie, welcome to the show. I was so excited to spot you on City News. Lindsay Dunn did a great interview with you. So this is how we got you. Very excited to have you on top of her game. I'll start by asking how you are and if at all the gaming industry has been touched by the new pandemic world.
I'm actually doing pretty good myself. I'm very, very fortunate to have the opportunity to have this as a job because of the pandemic, especially. It definitely has helped quite a bit in terms of just getting everyone online because there's not a lot to do out there at the moment with the pandemic going on. So it's definitely driven a lot of more viewership. I've noticed a decent increase, and I feel like most streamers that are mid to decent size are experiencing a very, very similar increase as well. So yeah, it's definitely impacted us. I mean, it's definitely hurt some parts of the industry, but if you're like a content creator, I feel like it's definitely helped you in terms of just viewership in general. So pretty lucky.
This is your full-time job. I'm really wondering how a kid goes from playing Mario Kart to having hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers. I mean, how did you end up doing what you're doing now?
Honestly, I started playing video games kind of at a young age. I have two older brothers. So I grew up with that and a lot of guy cousins as well. So I always kind of played sports and video games when I was younger. And I feel like there was a time where everyone always assumed that I was the younger and the female, like I'm the younger sister. And so because of that, I feel like I was always kind of underestimated a little bit. So it definitely drove me to seek out stuff like video games and sports, which were kind of ways of showcasing that you can beat someone and you can't refute it because it's incredibly visual. So I really, really attached, like I have a very competitive vibe. Like I can't not be competitive with anything. But with that, it definitely transitioned into being able to do this because as soon as I saw Twitch, I was just like, you know what? Like I play this game inside and out every day. I don't have a lot of friends that play it. I am sitting here by myself being like, oh, that was an awesome play, or just like a hilarious moment, and had no one to share it with, as well as just having like such a passion for the game and all the intricacies of it, not really having anyone to share that passion with. So once I saw Twitch, I was like, you know what, like, let's just try it and see, you know, what can happen. And maybe I can get a couple people to just come and hang out and share that passion with. And I was, honest to God, never expecting it to be able to become something like this. But the fact that it did is like a dream come true, honestly. So I'm very, very lucky.
So how long does it take to grow a following to get to a point where you are actually making a living?
So it's not so much as like viewership matters to some extent, but subscribers are where you gain monetary stuff from. That and sponsorship. Some people don't even finish their high school degrees if they get big enough at a certain time and get picked up by a team if they're good enough as a pro player or even as a streamer. Just, you know, it's incredible. I think the age is 13 that you have to be in order to be able to stream on Twitch. So you could start relatively early, and if you're able to build up a big enough audience, like you can make it a living. But I've been very, very fortunate to be doing it full time for almost 7 years now. So I started at a very, very, very good time. And right now, if you start, everyone and their moms are trying to become a streamer. So it's incredibly, incredibly difficult in comparison. So I'm very lucky at the time that I got in, as well as just being very strict in establishing the community that I did early on, because a lot of the time people are like, oh, I don't want to ban people, or I don't want to like I don't want to deter anyone. And so they're very afraid of taking action towards people that are toxic or that are, not great people to build a community off of. And so you got to kind of be careful of that kind of stuff and just try and build a community that works for you and not quit your job until you actually have enough subscribers and potential for the future.
That felt good.
Yeah, he did the work and he got the kill, just like I just did the work and I just got the kill, right? You put the work in, you deserve it.
I want to get back to the toxic element, which you kind of open yourself up to, when you're in your position. I do want to get back to that, but I want to kind of just talk about the basics, because you're talking about Twitch.
Yeah.
Your game is League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going to admit to you, I'm a 47-year-old woman, and I had heard about Twitch, but I didn't really know what it was. And I suspect that there's a certain segment of the population out there who's watching this interview going, I don't know what any of these things are. So what is Twitch?
So Twitch is the live streaming platform that allows you to upload yourself, your gameplay, and just most people have like a webcam of themselves, just to showcase kind of you playing the game. It's actually brought into even past gaming now. They have just chatting, and they have like an art section, a music section. So there's like all different things. It's not just gaming now, but it for the longest time it was. And basically you just kind of stream yourself and you show up under a list under whatever you're playing. If it's a game, you show up under I show up under League of Legends. And basically you just live stream yourself to whoever finds you and hope that they're nice human beings and aren't toxic, pretty much.
And League of Legends, this is the game that you play. What is that?
So it is a MOBA, which is a multiplayer online battle arena, which is basically there's two like bases and you try and take each other's base down, but everyone's playing their own champion, and there's 150 different types of champions, all with 5 different abilities each. So it's a lot of stuff just all at once. Literally one of my favorite champions to play versus when I play Anivia is Olaf. There's Olaf, there's Nasus, there's Mundo, and there's Sion. If you win the game, you can go up in rank, and if you lose the game, you can go down in rank. And you have to imagine League of Legends like almost like one big chess game, except 4 people on your team that are random people that are selected to be on your team can move around your chess pieces for you. So you can imagine people get quite upset when they lose ranks or they feel like something's going bad and it's 4 random people and you're anonymous on the internet. So people don't see human eyes, people don't think empathetically. It tends to lead to quite the toxic community at times.
Let's talk about that, because you're putting yourself out there. You're occupying that space. You're inviting feedback.
Yeah.
You're fielding that feedback. And on top of it, you're a woman, which comes with its own set of challenges, probably in this world and in any world you're in. So what is your approach specifically?
So in terms of in-game, I try and just not deal with it, just mute them. But in chat, a lot of the times, you will get unnecessary hate. You will get people that have preconceived notions that are incorrect about you just from their own assumptions. Like, you get a lot of people saying that the only reason why you're there is because of your gender, or the only reason, why you have viewers is because of XYZ, and they try and diminish your success and whatnot. And so I just try and think empathetically. Sometimes I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and just be like, you know what, I don't know if you're having a bad day, but like, we try and keep things positive here. And if they come back and they're still being negative or toxic, then luckily we have the ability on Twitch to be able to time them out for an extended period of time, which means they can't type in chat, or they can just get permabanned where they can never write in your chat ever again.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so
What about streaming in general, the community that you're in? I mean, how many women are part of this? Are you a unicorn?
Not necessarily. There's definitely quite a few female streamers these days. It's obviously we are still a minority within the gaming industry, but there's definitely more and more up and coming ones here and there. And I feel like it's becoming more common because of just how society is changing, and in general, how women aren't being told that playing video games are wasting your time these days. Like when I grew up, I had a lot of like, you shouldn't be playing video games. It's, it's boys waste their times on video games. Girls are smarter than that. Like that was something that I heard a decent chunk of times. I had my guy friends tell me that like I was wasting my athletic ability and I shouldn't be playing video games and blah, 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 because I used to be an athlete and everything. And I just had so many people telling me no, or you can't do it, or it's not proper. And I'm one of those people, when you tell me no, I'm going to prove you wrong. Like I'm going to show you exactly why you are incorrect in assuming that I cannot do that. And then once I show it to them, a lot of the time it helps them change and maybe not question the next person down the line. So I'm very lucky for the opportunity to be in the space that I am at the time that I am, to be able to help like pave the way for future female streamers or content creators or gamers that just, are a little afraid at the moment of dipping their toes in. But honestly, I'm telling you, the more that society accepts it, the more women that are up and coming and that are actually being incredibly competitive for professional stuff. So I'm excited for the women, for the future of women in esports and in gaming and in streaming. It's a bright future. We just gotta pave the way, just push through. And I have had quite a few females that have told me that, I have given them the confidence to try it. And, I have been kind of like that person to push them and to give them that confidence.
You found me through your sister? You say thanks to your sister from me, because damn, what an assist. Let me tell you.
And you have almost 800,000 followers on Twitch. You have almost 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. What's the end game here? Like, it's just obviously esports has massive growth potential. So what's the end game for you?
I'm not really too much of a numbers person. Like, I'm not like, oh, I have to hit this goal or I have to hit this goal. Like, I'm very much so a person that likes to have balance in their life and focus on, like maintaining my mental health and maintaining like my happiness and everything. And so the only thing I would say to that is like, what does the end goal look like? Happiness, just pure and utter glory, happiness, bliss, everything. Just, like I just want to take my community with me and grow as it comes and not have too many expectations and just enjoy the ride and try and bring as much positivity and confidence to the people that decide to populate my community.
Well, speaking of happiness, I swear I would normally not ask a guest about their relationship, but you're quite open. If you go onto your Twitter page, you see a heart next to the person that you call your esports idol, and that's Lucas Larson. That's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So why is he your gaming idol?
Oh, he is a workhorse when it comes to being a pro player. Like I have never seen someone work harder, have more drive. There's ranking systems in League of Legends, and there's 800,000 people on some servers or 500,000 people on some servers. He's been number one rank, like the best person on the server, like on so many different servers too. Like he is just a force of nature. I am incredibly grateful and happy to have him as not only my boyfriend, but also someone to look up to in this kind of an industry, like to have him there and he gives me confidence. He tries to tell me like, don't worry about it. You're going to crush it. I believe in you, like all this stuff. So I don't know. It's a blessing in disguise to be able to not only have him as my boyfriend, but as I said, someone to be able to look up to that has successes in the industry.
We leave all of our guests with the same question. And so for you, what is the best advice that you would offer to a young Kelsie KP Pelling?
I would probably say go with your gut and believe in yourself. Like, what you're capable of and don't let anyone waver that. Don't let anyone don't make anyone question yourself. Like you got this, and just have more confidence, I think would be the best thing. Because I definitely lacked that at a younger age, and streaming actually helped me build it up a little bit more. So lucky.
Well, that's great to hear. As the mother of an 11-year-old girl, that's really good to hear, because she exists in these spaces too. Kelsie, thank you so much for this. You're a joy to talk to. You're also a joy to watch, even for somebody who doesn't really know what League of Legends is. You're a lot of fun. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been great.